See if we can do the last few here. Problem number 100 gives you three equations and wants to know if there is any kind of relationship between them. Equation A is y equals x minus 8. Equation B is y equals x plus 1. And equation C is y equals negative x plus 3. Let's look at the slope. The y-intercepts are different, so let's look at the slopes. The slopes of line A is the number in front of the x. So the slope of this one's 1, and the slope of this one is 1, and the slope of this one is negative 1. So these two have the same slope, so A is parallel to B. That's the symbol for parallel. And these have opposite slopes. So A is perpendicular to C, and B is perpendicular to C. So that's the relationship that they have there in problem 100. All right, problem 105 is where we get the word problems. It says the cash flow per share for Timberland Company was 18 cents in 1995, and it was 3.65 in 2000. They want us to write a linear equation that gives the cash flow per share in terms of the year, and they want t equals 0 to represent 1995. So when t is 0, they had 18 cents, and that would mean if this is 1995, that's year 0, then year 5 would be 2000, and that would be 365. They want us to use that equation that we come up with here in a second to predict what it would be for 2005 and for 2010. All right, so first got to find the slope. 3.65 minus 0.18 over 5 minus 0. So 3.65 minus 18 cents is 347 divided by 5 is 0.694. So I'll just say 69 cents. I'll round it off. That's the slope, and luckily this is 0. Remember we talked in an earlier video that if you have 0 something, that's your y-intercept. So the equation of the line would be y equals 0.69x, that's my slope, plus 0.18. So that's the equation. So if year 0 is 1995, year 5 is 2000, then I need to find 2005, which would be year 10. So I'm going to do 0.69 times 10 plus 0.18, and that gives me 0.69 times 10 plus 0.18. That gives me $7.08 for 2005. And in 2010, I would plug in, that would be 15 years. So 0.69 times 15 plus 0.18. 0.69 times 15 plus 0.18 is 1053. And so in 2010, I would expect it to be 1053 cash flow per share if it follows this linear relationship. All right, 110, we've got depreciation going on, which means the value is going down. The school district purchases a high volume printer, copier, and scanner for $25,000. After 10 years, the equipment will have to be replaced. Its value at that time is expected to be $2,000. All right, write a linear equation given the value V of the equipment during the 10 years it will be in use. So this was at year 0, starting, it's this, and at year 10, it's worth this. So let's do the equation of the line. So 2,000 minus 25,000 over 10 minus 0 gives me negative 23,000 over 10, which is negative 2,300 for my slope. So my point 0, 25,000, and 10, 2,000. You can write it out with the xy if you want to. So the equation of the line would be y equals negative 2,300. That's how much the value of it's going down every year. So negative 2,300x plus my y-intercept is where I have x as 0. So plus $25,000. So that gives me the value of the copier each year. That's all I have to do is write the equation of that line. Problem 115. We've got the length and width of a rectangular garden are 15 meters and 10 meters respectively. So I'll put 10 over here on the shorter side and 15 here. A walkway of width x surrounds the garden. So I probably should have done that a little bit differently and written that inside. Almost done, Allison. So this is 10, sorry, and this is 15. And the dimension here is x. So draw a diagram that gives a visual representation. Here it is. Write an equation for the perimeter of this walkway in terms of x. Well, this side, this entire side, if this is 15 in here, this entire side is going to be 15 plus 2x because I've got 15 here and then an x here and an x here. And this side would be 10 plus 2x. So the perimeter would be 15 plus 2x plus 10 plus 2x plus 15 plus 2x plus 10 plus 2x. That's the perimeter. Or combine your like terms. 2, 4, 6, 8x. Whoops, why did I write 6? 8x plus 15 and 10 is 25, plus 15 and 10 would be 50. 8x plus 50 is the perimeter. They ask you to put that in a graph and calculator and take a look at it and determine the slope of that graph. The slope is 8. For each additional 1 meter increase in the width of the walkway, the perimeter would increase by 8 meters. And then problem number 120, last one that you have to do. An instructor gives regular 20-point quizzes and 100-point exams in an algebra course. Average scores for 6 students given as data points where X is the average quiz score, and they give you and Y is the average test. So if somebody with an average quiz score of 18 made 87 on test, 10 made a 55, that's not good. 19 and 96, that's pretty good. 16 and 79, 13 and 76, and 15 and 82. And they want you to do a scatter plot. So I'm probably going to down here go 5, 10, 15, 20. And over here, I'm going to do like, let's do 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And you're going to do a scatter plot, and it would be better if I had made some graph paper. So you're going to graph it, 1887, 1055, 1996, 1679, 1376, and 1587. So I don't know, I'm a little off here. So 87 is closer up here. So this is kind of what it looks like, and then they want me to use a straight edge to kind of draw a line that goes through here and find an equation for the line. I'm just going to use this point and this point, which is 1055 and 1996, and you could use really any 2 points. So find the slope. The slope of the line would be 96 minus 55 over 19 minus 10. The slope of the line would be like 4.55, which is 41/9. And the y-intercept, I would have to use one of these points to find the y-intercept. So I would say like 55 equals, I'm going to use the point 1055, equals 41/9 times 10 plus b. 41 divided by 9 times 10, and then do 55 minus that, and I get 85/9 for B. And there's not one right answer. It depends on which 2 points you choose to use. But the equation that I found is y equals 41/9 x plus 85/9. And then they say estimate the average test score for a person with an average quiz score of 17. So plug 17 in here. So just 41 divided by 9 times 17 plus 85 divided by 9. And if I plug in 17, I get 87 for this average using this equation. And then it says the instructor adds 4 points to the average test score of everyone in the class. Describe the changes in the positions of the plotted point and the change in the equation of the line. So if they're going to add 4 points to every test score, the quiz score is going to stay the same, but the test score would go up. So it would be like 10, all of these would be higher. So the slope's not going to change. All that's going to change is the y-intercept. So that's what we do, would add 4 to this, and the slope would stay the same. So that's how you answer the last part of 120, and I will see you in class tomorrow to review for your test.